Okay, we are on. All right. Welcome to our fourth LIT call of this series. And tonight we're going to just chat with you guys a little bit about what's going on, how things are going, and then talk about what can we do to get some last minute sales in the month. So let's hear some shout outs. What are you guys excited about? Who's super close to hitting their goals for the month? Tell us what's going on. Yay! Yeah, tell us.
I am waiting for my second girl to BQ, and she and I are working very carefully together, trying to get her to hit that 350 mark. So I think she'll get it. She's got plenty of time still. And I just got a couple more orders for kits, for freezing meal kits. So I think I'm there.
Yeah.
Yay!
But yeah.
That's so exciting. Yay. Who else is close to his goal? Working towards it. I'm close to my sales goal, but not my recruiting goal. So there you go.
I'm not hitting my goal necessarily because I was going to try and hit team leader end of November, but I had my actual first party that I wasn't hosting, and it was $1,000 party, so that was pretty exciting for
me. And I really love her for that.
He's pretty excited for that one.
That's super exciting. That's awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
What do you think drove the sales for that one?
Honestly, it was my mom's party, so it was a lot of people that I grew up with and that I knew. So it was, I feel a lot of that wanting to support me.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped. And I served the ranch chicken chili, so that helps a lot too.
Did you find that you sold a lot of those spices that were in there?
I did. I sold 2 of the bundles, the crock pot meal bundles, the freezer meal bundles, and then one lady bought just the spices, and then my mom bought just the spices too as her bonus. So.
Anyone else want to share something they're excited about that's going on in their business right now?
I've got my first vendor event tomorrow night. So I'm a little nervously excited.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Hopefully.
Get their follow-up information. You know, my coach this week was telling me, don't even get their follow-up, just set the appointment right then and there of when you're going to follow up with them.
That's a good idea.
You know, instead of trying to call them later, just go ahead and set it up right then and there. Of like, well, when does it work for you to chat? Next Tuesday or Thursday? And you know what your calendar looks like, and so you just pin them down for some time in that time period and go ahead and put it in there into your like Google Calendar on your phone. She said if like I pull out my phone, they're going to pull out their phone.
Right.
An appointment right then and there.
That's a good idea.
So if you have time.
I love that, Annie. Ooh, yeah.
I know. She was telling me to do that at my parties too. Just set the exact time right then, not like let's talk about it next week. Just set it right then and then.
I know. I think I just discovered that like 6 months ago. Like, why did it take me so long to discover this?
Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else want to share what they're excited about right now?
I'll share. I have a new rep that started on, or she's signed up Monday night. So I've got her 2 launches coming up. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoop, whoop. That's awesome. I'm single momming it tonight, so I have some extra help. So Well, very good. Okay, I'm going to run over like requirements of team leader just to be super clear, because I know it doesn't hurt to do this. So it's you plus 2. Everyone has to have at least 350 in sales. And as a team, you have to have 3,500. The person that's going for team leader, I usually encourage them to have between 2,000 and 2,500 themselves. Okay.
Mhm.
And remember that if you have a recruit that's direct to you, and then they have a recruit under them, and they have a recruit under them, all those people could count as part of your 2, you plus 2. Okay. Unless there's a team leader between them, they count for you. There is some confusion around that, and so I just want to make sure we're super clear on that. Okay. Any questions about requirements? You have to hit those numbers 2 months in a row. Okay. And the other thing I would say is just, go back to your why. Do you guys remember you typed your why in when you did that original commitment form? And go back to that why and remember, why are you doing this? What is your vision? What are you trying to do for your family, for yourself, whatever that is? Go back to that and look at that. And that should be what's driving you to make these extra phone calls, to, get up a little bit earlier, whatever it is, to drive for those sales or those beekeepers, those recruits. That's what you're driving for. And if that's not pushing you enough, then you need to revisit that vision and your why and see what it really is, because there might be more to it than what you originally thought. Does that make sense for everybody? Okay. And I always think it's good, like, if you're going for team leader, it's not something that just magically happens. You really have to be strategic about it. You have to have a deadline. You have to have a plan of when you want to hit. So don't think this is just like snap my fingers and I'm going to be there. Okay, this is definitely something we got to plan for and work for and strategically do as a team, as like Amy is figuring out right now. Like, you got to know what's going on with it. So we want to talk tonight about how to get a little bit scrappy here at the end of the month. Let's pull these sales out, you guys, and figure out what we can do. And if you need to, reach out to people and totally get outside your comfort zone, that's probably what's going to happen. And I'm going to hand it off to Kathy first to talk about, getting in touch with your family and what an impact that they can have to help you. So Kathy, you want to take it?
Yes, perfect. So we talked so much about talking about our goals with ourselves, with each other, but we don't talk a lot about sharing your goals and your why with your family and your spouse and your friends, your network of friends. So I think that's something that's really important, especially for going for team leader, because you need your inner circle of friends and spouse and family support more than anything right now. So whether it's watching the kids for an extra hour on a Saturday, taking them up to the park, or if it's your mom having an online party for you, or getting friends together, or someone that doesn't necessarily want to do Wild Tree yet, they're not ready, but they have 2 or 3 friends that would. So giving referrals. So I think that's a big part of this week, is just making sure that your close friends and family know about your goal, that you're going for something that's a really big promotion, and why you want to do this and what it means to you. So really be vulnerable with them and, share your why, what this means for you. And I know I work with a lot of moms. I'm looking at 2 of them right now in particular, but this is just something for them that's just theirs, and it makes them feel like they're good at something. That's okay. That's enough to tell them. So just be vulnerable with them, and your friends and your family want to help you. So find out how they can help you with what they're ready to do. So that's a big part of this. So who has shared with their family and close friends about their goals? I guess show of hands. Good. Okay, good. That's good. So just just reach out to everybody, and this is the push week. So what can you do to help me? Or next month, my next month is my month to hit the numbers. So what can you do to help me? That kind of thing. So just reaching out to everybody and being on the same page. Your friends and family want to help you, so just let them help you. And it's hard too, being a woman and a mom, asking for help, right? So that's kind of challenging. You know what I mean? So like Annie said, this is going to be a couple challenges, put you outside your comfort zone. So it's okay to ask for help and tell people what you want and be vulnerable with them. I respect you for that. Any questions about that? Anybody have any feedback on how that's been going when you're sharing that with your family?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I did take your suggestion and I did reach out to my family. I was a little bit chicken and I just texted everybody because I was afraid. I did get actually a couple family members that ordered some stuff from me, which I thought was awesome, but there was also family members that just never responded, like my sister and my aunt. And so that was super hard for me because I was like, oh, you know, the people that you think that would support you the most. And so I guess I don't know. Anytime that I contact any of my like close family or friends when it comes to Wild Tree, sometimes I get like a pit in my stomach. And I don't know, I guess, how to either get over that or what I need to do moving forward.
Yeah, so I have a couple sentences that come to mind. Tegan's words, do it scared.
Yeah.
Right. And then second of all, your positive affirmations. Like, I am good at what I do. I add value to people's lives. I love what I do. You know, just having those conversations with yourself and then picking up the phone.
Yeah.
Right? That's a monumental part of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that I don't have a sister, so I can imagine that would be hard, and that would be, but you know, she's like everybody else. I mean, I don't know if she has kids or not, but she might have got the text and then one of her kids threw up or got home from school or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything personal against you. I think that maybe they don't have your vision, and maybe it's something you do need to talk to her about in person, you know?
Yeah.
And so I know that that's hard, but don't give up on her. She'll be there to support you. I know she will be. But you may just have to have a candid conversation with her, you know?
Yeah. And just like asking family to buy stuff from you, or in like what way are we asking them to support us?
I don't think it's about the sales for me. I think it's more about, I'm going for a huge promotion and this means this to me because of this. This is why I want to do this. It means a lot to my family because of X. We all have either people, we all eat. So is it something I could help you with your mealtime, right?
Yeah.
Is it maybe a friend or some close friends or other family members you know that I could help that have food allergens or are a busy mom? So ask for specific things. So, you know, do you have any food allergen friends? Do you have any busy mom friends that go to your gym? Like, what do they like to do? So you can ask them about them, right? And so I think a lot of this is referrals because they may not be ready, or maybe they've ordered from you multiple times before, but they have other friends that they never thought to share this with that you did, you know, just like, you know, them going to whatever, Chick-fil-A, and it's like free night, whatever, ice cream or whatever, and they're sharing it, right? Except this is impacting you. So I think that if they're just aware of sharing it, that's a big thing. I think referrals is probably a really big deal.
Okay. That's
or
good.
even, you know, how can they do, you know, is it their budget where they'd like to get free things, you know, hosting or doing an online party? I mean, there's just so many options. It's just having a meaningful conversation with them, just like you would any other customer, right?
Yeah.
But just sharing more details with them, I think, is why it means something to you, because they already have that love for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I totally agree with that, Kathy. Yeah, it's not about buying anything. It's about sharing your vision with them of why it's important to you, and maybe offering ways that they could potentially help you reach your goal.
Yeah.
And that would be through referrals or, you know, hosting or whatever it is. So even ask them, you know, do you know anyone that would be interested in doing a business like this with me? Any of your friends, any of your friends' kids, you know, who are like your age.
Yeah.
You just never know what your parents are talking to their friends about, you know, and their kids.
Yeah.
It's more about your vision and sharing that.
Well, that's kind of what I said, like in my text too, was just like, you know, do you know anybody that you feel like, you know, might find some value in this? And if so, I'd love to have a conversation with them. Or, you know, I said a whole bunch of different stuff, but I probably just need to have a conversation in person or over the phone.
So
yeah, and one of the things that we're working with a lot on our coaches, and I don't know, Tegan and Annie, if you've talked a lot about this, but asking for referrals, but asking for who you want. So you can't just say, hey, give me 3 people's names that you think would find value, just like you, that could add to this, or 3 moms at your gym that work out, care about what they're eating, just like you. So specific things you're asking people for. Okay, so that really helps, because that that person. So what's their passions, or they're a food allergen family, or whatever it is. Or tell me 3 other single women like you that love to cook, or whatever it is. But asking for those specific people, and they'll give you as many as you ask for.
Yeah. Okay. And the other thing, like one thing my coaches talk to me about is they love Jacqueline. They love Jacqueline's energy. They want to hear Jacqueline's voice. They don't want to get a text from you. They want to hear from you. They want to hear your excitement, hear that emotion behind it. And that's going to make a huge difference in how they react.
Yeah,
and not just your family, but anyone you're calling back ever. So that's another big thing. And I'll just share with you my best friend, who I don't have a sister, but she's kind of like my sister. She's never got Wild Tree from me ever, and never will. So she supports me by just, she said, I'll be someone who's not in your business, but will listen if you need somebody to talk to. And that's how she supports me. So just know, ultimately I didn't understand for a long time, right? I was like, okay. But ultimately it had nothing to do with me. She had a bad experience with direct sales and through somebody else. And therefore now she just won't have anything to do with it, period. Doesn't matter who it is. Okay. So just know that sometimes there are things, but it wasn't, it's probably not you.
Right.
Something within themselves. So.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anybody else having some good luck or conversations with your family or spouses or friends?
You made me think of something else just now, like spouses. Have your husbands, significant others taking Wild Tree to work, offering it, talking about it, anything like that? It's another way to get some sales right now. You're trying to hit that goal this month.
So I have something to say on that one. It's kind of, it's a little amusing, but my husband plays poker once a month with a group of guys here in town, and he came home after the last time they played, and one of the other guys at the poker table, I guess, has 2 sisters. They just had a workshop with me, and he actually attended. The brother did. So anyway, they talked about Wild Tree at their poker night, which I thought was really funny. They talked about Wild Tree freezer meals and Instant Pot. So I thought it was pretty cool that was part of the topic of conversation at the poker table. So
that's awesome.
You all keep talking because my husband is standing 2 feet away from me, and he plays poker once a month too, and he's giggling right now.
Send one of those meals with him, and let him send snacks with him. I bet they'll be talking about it then.
I just know he'll do it for me.
Send some of those ranch chili chicken crock pot meal over there with them.
Right?
Guaranteed that'll be gone, and they'll want more.
It will. I did take that to my daughter rides horses, and I took it to a barn potluck, and I had a lot of comments on it. And we're doing it. We're getting ready to do a Wild Tree barn workshop, and a couple of the people are coming specifically because of the chicken chili. So
that's awesome. Cool.
Only in Tennessee do we have barn workshops. We're hitting all the avenues.
So Tegan, you were going to talk to us a little bit more about some strategic ideas for sales this month. What do you have for us tonight?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously we have, 5 days remaining in the month. And can you guys hear me okay? Is my internet okay tonight? Okay. We have 5 days remaining in the month. And with the month that we're in being October, we all know that the 31st can be a wash. People can be really preoccupied with school parties and costumes and all the trick-or-treating. So we want to have that be kind of a bonus day and really wrap up your month on the 30th. So I fight that every year because it ain't over till it's over, right? Midnight Pacific time on the 31st. So you might have some things come in last minute on the 31st. So don't totally discount that day, but do what's best for you and your home life, and spend time with your kiddos and those that you love on that day also. So gearing up for that, having 4 workable, like really intense days that you could have to cap out your month. We have lots of really good options. So if you have something to write with, I can type these up too and post them on our Grow page. But a couple things. First and foremost, revisit your follow-ups. We all have that low-hanging fruit, the ones who just need that extra phone call or that one last touch to either make a purchase or be a new rep on your team, or the booking that is just dangling right in front of you. So low-hanging fruit. Specifically for this time, we're talking about sales specifically to get you to that numerical goal for leader numbers. So revisit your follow-ups, especially the low-hanging fruit, which could be anyone from any event that you've had. Thank you so much. My son is writing me love notes and delivering them to my desk during the call, so they can't see you. There you go. So low-hanging fruit from your events. Tap into your inner circle of 50 people. So brainstorm 50 people who are your inner circle. They could be really great customers. They could be people who are friends and family, neighbors, coworkers, people from your kids' schools, spouses, contacts, anyone like that. So inner circle, 50 people, and reach out to them and share your goal with them. Just like Kathy was saying, that's incredibly important. You guys are so close. We're in the home stretch. So anyone and everyone who is paying attention to you or involved in your life should know that this is your goal. Right alongside that, post something on Facebook with a call to action. So it could look something like this. We've done this in my organization. I know Jen Klein had posted about this months and months ago, but this one is actually mine for this month. I made it today. As of today, my personal volume is 1,800. I want it to be at 3,500. I kind of got a long way to go, right? But I'm right alongside you guys, and we have goals, and we pace right alongside you. So each of these boxes represents $50, okay? $50. And as I get a $50 order or a workshop order rolls in, I'm going to cross off the box and celebrate. Whether that's with my kids or with my spouse or with my org or whatever that looks like, I'm going to celebrate every single time I get a $50 box crossed off. So map out exactly what you need, make it into a really horribly designed box. It doesn't matter. It could be circles, it could be stars, whatever you want. Write down where you are, what you want your goal to be, and then work towards it diligently. So take a picture of this, post it on social media, post it in your customer group, send it to your friends and family, send it out via Comm Central in a customer email. Whatever you need to do, pull all the stops and send this bad boy out. This is how close you are. It's tangible. People can look at it and see, oh my good night, she's really that close. So yours could look like this. It could look like a couple more lines. It doesn't matter. Map it out and make it a visual piece that you can work through and work towards. So alongside your 50 people, make it a Facebook thing. Post it on wherever you need to, but make that known what your goal is. Also, the app push. So we all know, and if you don't, please let us know and we'll help you find that information, but we all know how to go into our rep dashboard and see who downloaded the app and when their $5 credit expires, okay? So that being said, there's your $50 box right there. They're going to want to spend $50 to get their $5 referral credit, and it'll say right there in your column on the right-hand side of your rep dashboard on your app, exactly who is coming upon expiration. I'll share verbiage in the Grow page. Annie, hold me capable of doing that. I'm writing it down right now, verbiage for app. I'll share that in the Grow page ASAP when we get off the call so you guys can get on that. But send them out a message, either email or Facebook message if you're friends with them on Facebook, and just remind them that that's coming up. So that is another fantastic way to get that volume in, and be of service to your people. They want to know when that's expiring. If I had a credit that I knew I wanted this product and I would get $5 in app referral cash and 10% in referral or in app cash back on all purchases, and it expired and my rep didn't tell me until the next day, I'd be like, what? Like, if you would have told me, I would have ordered. So be of service to your people.
Happened to me, by the way, with Beautycounter all the time. And so every time they tell me it's going to expire, I'm like, okay. And I put my order in every single time. So you're spot on. Like, I just sent out some verbiage to my people yesterday who I send it every week. Whoever's going to expire that week, I send them that app verbiage. So in an email. Yep.
And that needs to be on your like Monday to-do list.
Yep.
Look at that expiration. But we know how that goes. And I bet some of you are like, oh man, that's a whole low-hanging fruit section that I have right in front of me. So jump on that. That's a really good one. Also, mystery hostess event. So you can slap together a Facebook event. We know just from what we've seen in these mega sales and in these quick turnaround time events that, I wasn't snapping at you, buddy. These quick turnaround time events that, I am a snapper, just saying, that people want quick turnaround time. So if you have 3 days remaining or 4 days remaining in the month, these are the times when you're throwing up a live Facebook event of your own to host, or when you are pulling in or throwing out there a mystery hostess event where for every $50 that someone spends, their name goes in for that hostess credit on that party. When it gets up to the $350, they'll get the hostess credit in a drawing. So whatever that looks like, mystery hostess or the host your own Facebook event in these next 4 days. So you could do it where it's live. You go live for 30 minutes on a Sunday night. And start posting about it tomorrow. And I guarantee you'll have a handful of people in that event. And then that gives you Monday and Tuesday to close it out. What else is on my list? A lunch and learn. Obviously, we have Friday and Monday, so there's really only 2 business days that you could get into someone's office for a lunch and learn. But really all you need is 30 minutes of someone's time with some tasty treats and some catalogs and order forms, and goal yourself at getting up to that $350 to $500 range with a lunch and learn, and see who you know on a business level that you can hop into their lunchroom during lunch hour. Whether that's a teacher friend and you're giving her some great little tasty treats to put in the teacher's lounge, or chiropractor's office, or corporate America, whoever. It doesn't matter. If you can get a lunch and learn, either pop up tomorrow, just stop in, surprise them, or Monday, set it up tomorrow, do it Monday. That should be a couple hundred in easy income or easy sales. And then let me look back on my list. And then let's see, hosting your own event, I covered. Just again, that one-on-one consultation piece. If there's anybody who just needs that little bit more information, take the time to have a conversation with them. And that conversation looks like helping them map out basically how Wild Tree can revolutionize their kitchen. So that means breakfast, lunch, dinner. That means however many days a week, whether it be, realistically 3 days a week or 4 days a week that they would be cooking with Wild Tree, or 5 days a week, and then leftovers. Help them map that out. And typically that looks like something like a mason jar salad bundle, a workshop kit, the breakfast bundle. So that one consultation could and should be right around that $150 mark. Thank you, buddy. I love you too. Thank you. I appreciate all your love notes. When you have those 3 things together. So when you're talking lunches, breakfasts, dinners, and you're really servicing them in that full menu capacity, those one-on-one consultations are seeing about $150. Does anyone do those right now? the one-on-one consultations? Okay, so that's about accurate, right? Across the board is right about that 150 mark with the workshop kit, breakfast something, lunch something. And then a couple staples to fill in, like make fresh or make fast staples. I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys. Is there anything that you want me to expand on, or anything that you wanted me to pause on real quick?
The lunch and learns.
Yeah.
Do we have any documentation on it in the MRC or anywhere that I could just look into it deeper? Because I'm wanting to get in touch with my chiropractic office that I worked for.
Yeah, we have wellness in the workplace that kind of helps you identify how to go into a business. And that's in the MRC, that document. The wellness in the workplace is in the MRC. The lunch and learn, I know there's some documentation on it somewhere. Let me do some digging on that. But really, it's just a super quick 30-minute, like boom, wham, bam, lunch and learn, like catalogs, order forms. You could take a mason jar salad to show and just really highlight, hey guys, what are you needing? What are you in need of? And here's how Wild Tree can fill those gaps. So it's more of the conversation piece and then filling that need through, like opening the catalog essentially and walking them through. These are the things we recommend, whether that be the workshop kit, the make fast staples, the mason jar salads for lunches during the work week, things like that.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome. And I think that's really all I have for you guys as we end the month. That's quite a few things. Again, just remember that you sharing your vision and you really making this goal a big, hairy goal. I know, working really closely with Jacqueline. Jacqueline's super close, and it came as a surprise this month that she could be really close to hitting team leader numbers, first month numbers this month. And so we're mapping out a plan and exactly what that looks like and how to get there and how to break down those $50 boxes. That makes it, what do they say? Inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, life is hard. So break it down into bite-sized pieces, and those $50 boxes make it feel so much more doable and tangible. So do the same thing for your team members. I have 3. I will be super candid and transparent. I have 0 team members this month. 0. I have so many on the fence, and they're just perched there like cute little birdies on this fence. And I'm like, okay, like what, like, let's make this transition. So that's hot on my list to tackle in my office hours tomorrow is those follow-up phone calls. I had lunch with one potential team member, I'll say future team member, today. And it was a great conversation. Again, we just have to work through some of these questions and really help people paint their own picture of what Wild Tree is going to mean for them. So map out those same boxes for those team members and make those phone calls. Step out of your comfort zone. Again, do it stinking scared. It doesn't matter who it is. Ask them if they're, well, there are a lot of ways to go about asking about the team member opportunity, but ask them, just straight up ask. The worst they can do is say no, and it's not no, they hate you. It's no, maybe they're not ready, or no, they need more information. So that's what I have for you as far as last minute things. Does anyone have anything to add to that? Kathy, Annie?
The only thing I can think of, I posted like that pumpkin, I don't know what you call it, trick or treat pumpkin thing on my page. So if anyone is friends with me or wants to go out there and see that, they can see that too. But I posted that, and I've had several sales from that already. So that might be quick, easy. It's about, the sales I've gotten, it's been about 45 to 50 bucks each pop. So that would clear one of the boxes like Tegan was talking about. So
yeah, the Steeler deal pumpkin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any events coming up? So who still has events that they need to enter that are at the beginning of November? Okay. Who still has events that they're doing between Friday through Tuesday. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So something I did on Sunday that I think was really beneficial sales-wise, and I'm throwing this out there because I did see a significant leap in sales, is that I spent some time on the app. Thank you, buddy. I spent some time on the app going through it, just making sure that everyone knew exactly, like the top 3 things I wanted to feature about the app. And then from there, we talked about, going forward after this party, that they would receive the 10%, that their sales, that one of the benefits of hosting is that they get the sales from the party. And I had a lot of people kind of like, okay, like maybe I'll just wait a little bit, see how I like these meals, and then order from the app later, obviously to get those rewards. So I kind of just gauged the audience and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and honor your 10%. And every single one of them had a minimum of $50 order, 9 people. And almost all of them were going to wait, see how they like their meals. They were newer. And I was like, So for that need for me to fill my boxes, right? So I haven't entered those sales yet. So they're still off these boxes. But they were like all over it. So things like that would be, especially if you're in that second month team leader numbers and you're going to receive your, 40% on this month, things like that are strategy pieces that you see so much benefit from. Talk through those with your upline because those could be really beneficial.
Yeah. I mean, if you're close at all and you're you don't want to get down to the end of the month and have $300 and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know so-and-so was going to put in an order and now I'm 300 short and oh, I wish I would have. Like, that's the worst thing you can say. So just keep going for it. Even if you think you're too far away, just keep going for it because you do not want to get there and be like, oh man, I had no idea. I mean, I have seen people miss it by $100 because they didn't know so-and-so was putting in the order. And they're like, if I would have known, I'm like, it doesn't matter. You just work. You do all you can to get there. And you don't know what's going to happen. And at the end of the month, you guys, we've seen some crazy stuff happen in 5 days. Holy cow, I've seen crazy stuff in 24 hours. And you may be sitting at $1,000 right now. And I guarantee you, you can hit. I've seen it happen. So it's all kind of your mindset here, and what do you want to do, and what do you want to, how do you want to spend your time? Do you want to go for this? Do you want to be making that 40%? What is it that you really want? Okay. Somebody shared the other day, another leader shared an interruption bucket, and I thought this was such a good idea, especially with the weekend here. What they did for their kids, those of you that have younger kids at home, is if the mom got 30 minutes without interruption, then she put like $1 in the jar. And they could accumulate so much money, and then they could take that money and they would go out and get ice cream or go out to the zoo or whatever it is. And you could decide how much you want to put in the bucket, and you can decide all of that. But just the idea of like the interruption bucket, because she said what was happening was she would get interrupted every 3 minutes. So she would never really get anything done. It took her 5 hours to get, 4 phone calls made. But if she could have 30 minutes, she could whip out 10 phone calls, and it was just so much more productive. So that interruption bucket, I thought, was a very tangible thing that you could implement right away to really get the most that you can out of these last 5 days in October. So, what do you guys think? Any other questions? Any other ideas? Any other things you've done for sales that you could encourage other people on the call that, some of the leaders we may not be thinking about? All right. You guys ready for this? I'm so excited to see the last few days. Cheer each other on out on our Grow page, you guys. Seriously. If you guys find something that works for you, post it out there. All right? That's what we're here for, that help each other. Heck, you're going to help Tegan and I get some new recruits this month, I hope, too. Give us some new ideas, right? Get those. I have a couple sitting on the fence, and I just can't get them yet. So you guys give us ideas. We learn from you, too. All right. Well, you guys make it an awesome 5 days. I look forward to seeing where everybody is, and we'll talk to you all soon. Good
We
luck.
need to end with like some cheering.
Bye. Work hard. You got it, guys.
Yep.
All right. Bye, guys. Rock what you're
Bye.
doing.